everybody. It's Craig from Doc Sports. We're back with Doc's Daily. How about a hump day edition? Wednesday, April 23rd, 2025. And as always on Wednesday, we got in Raphael to join, of course, the threesome. That doesn't sound good. We should the three amigos. How about that?
Three amigos. There it goes.
Threesome. Cut that out. Production, cut that out after the fact. The threesome.
I'm out, guys. Take care. Have a nice day.
Three-way money line hockey. We'll call it that.
But don't forget, as always, we're here every day, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you join in on us. And we got tons of free picks. We got MLB today, which is a bunch of early games. So we're not going to obviously talk many of those, but we'll hopefully give you some of the late games. We got NHL action in the NBA. We want to personally apologize to everybody that listened to our best plays yesterday. Other than, I think Nick hit his NBA play, right? Did you hit an NBA play yesterday?
No, not yesterday. 2 days ago?
Well, thank goodness you take that a day off, so that way you didn't lose. But everybody else, a bunch of guys here on the panel had the Lightning. The other guy here had Vegas, all in regulation, all losers last night in NHL. So that means today we got all the losers out of the way. It's all winners. It's all winners. But make sure you go to docsports.com/free60. Get your $60 free account if you're a new customer. That way you get in on our top plays. And these top plays come with the same guarantee to show a profit that if you actually purchase with your real money. So make sure you get in on that. Of course, if you're an existing user, just go to the grid. I know several Nick, right? You have a 7-unit tonight, right? In the NBA. I know you're on a big streak. NBA's what, 7-0?
8-0. I'm 8-0 in my last 8 selections there for plus $3,900. We have a 2-pack tonight that includes that 7-unit total play in the Golden State and the Houston Rockets game there. What are you laughing about over there, Griffin?
Nothing, dude. Nothing. Just keep it rolling.
And Griffin, you don't have any top plays. I didn't see you on the BPA.
No, absolutely not, Craig. After yesterday's embarrassment, 8-unit game of the year with the Lightning 6-1 final, absolutely atrocious. The Chuck wasn't even supposed to play, ends up playing, puts 2 up, or lights up the net twice. Absolutely disgusting. When you lose a game like that, you do not come back high volume the next day, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're playing small, calm, and collective. I've got 2 plays on each sport, NBA, NHL, and MLB, all 6 to 7 units in total. Playing very small today, calm and collective. Need to get a couple wins under my belt before I start firing again, Craig. So today is going to be calm, collective, slow volume.
Raphael, anything big today for hoops or ice?
Nothing.
Major League Baseball? Nothing
big day. Bunch of 4s. It was actually 6-2, Griffin, not 6-1. On that game, we got one more goal on this bonus score. But yeah, nothing. It's a 4-unit prop, 4-unit baseball. I only, guys, you guys know me. I only have 1 play on each sport. So bunch of 4s and 3s today.
I got a little 6-unit prop in the NBA. I really like. I haven't 1 prop in the last 5 days. I just don't do a lot. So I definitely don't do many above 4 units. So this is one I really like tonight. So if you want to get on that, it's just 25. If you like the props, they're only 25 per day compared to 30 for the individual sports. And we got that promo code. It's Playoff 10. You can use that on any of the plays today. I think that's good monthly, weekly, or daily. So make sure you use that Playoff 10, no spaces, 10% off on anybody over at the website. Okay, let's talk Major League Baseball since there are some early games, just in case any of you guys like several of these early games. We already see St. Louis up 1-0 in the top of the 4th in that Braves-Cardinals game. But let's start with you, Raphael. Anything you like here in Major League Baseball free play today?
I'm going to Snakes. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks first 5 -0.5. Even money, really? You're giving me even money when Tampa Bay has dropped 6 out of 7? I just don't understand why I was getting even money on the first 5. I don't trust Arizona's bullpen right now. That's why I'm going with the first 5. This number opened up at -130, got bet all the way up to -150. D-backs have won 7 of their last 10. I just don't understand the big line movement. That's why I was scared back to bet the first 5, but the first 5, I think the Diamondbacks walk. I like the pitchers most walks as well. I think the Diamondbacks get the bases early. I think we're going to see a lot of small ball in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean, Taj Bradley's starting for the Rays.
Tampa.
2 of his last 3 starts, he's allowed 6 earned runs against the Yankees and 4 earned runs back on April 5th against the Rangers. He did have a decent outing, winning 6-3 against the Braves in between that, but it's just Diamondbacks lineup. I tell you what, that offense I think is going to be better than what they're even playing right now.
Yep.
And I think it'll be a breakout game, so I like that one. Nick, anything here free play for you?
Yeah, we got one good Chicago team, so let's talk about the Chicago Cubs and the Los Angeles Dodgers here. How about those Cubbies? Came back yesterday, big
What an
comeback
offense
against the
yesterday. Offense
Dodgers.
explosion yesterday.
Explosion, 11-10 winner there. They come and show that day in and day out, this offense has prevailed. They need to step up in occasions. Boy, did they ever step up yesterday and got the win over these Dodgers. Matthew Boyd will be on the mound. His record doesn't indicate it, but he's been having a great season. He's 1-2 on the season, but his ERA is sitting at a 2.02 here on 22 innings of work. I think he comes out and shoves here tonight. The Los Angeles Dodgers still do not have a starter here scheduled, but they'll be going to their bullpen early. I like this offense from the Cubs. It continues to stay hot. I would take the Chicago Cubs money line over the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight, Craig.
Is Ohtani back from the
he played last night.
Okay. Yeah. So like you have to think maybe the offenses are going to have another big day, right? Like after yesterday, I mean, I'm going to be full disclosure here. I had the under as a small play yesterday in the Dodgers Cubs game, and I was like, what happened to these good starters? You know, like I look up and it was like 8 to something. I was like, what the? So yeah, I mean, I was all wrong yesterday. I kind of think it goes over again today. Now, I haven't seen, is the wind blowing out today?
Yes, it is.
Not as bad as it was last night, though.
Gotta think, though. I always think if the wind's blowing out, you play the over. Wind's blowing in, you play the under. It's that simple when you play the Cubs. Good matchup. This is the rematch, though. Remember, the Tokyo series, the Dodgers kind of worked them over. So that was a good revenge game last night. I think they might get another one tonight there for your Cubs. So good one. I hope you're not playing your White Sox here, Griffin.
I'm not. I actually like them first 5, though. I do like them early today, but I'm going to talk about this game instead. We got the Blue Jays playing the Astros tonight. Astros -110 on the money line, total at 8.5. Brian Gusto gets the start for Houston, and this guy's been really good this year. He's 2-1. He's got 17 innings of work, 17 strikeouts, and just 3 walks with a stout 3.18 ERA. Toronto, they're getting on base, and they're swinging the bat well, but this team continues to fail when it comes to run production. Gusto has a dominant walkout or strikeout to walk diversification. I believe that's the edge Houston needs in tonight's matchup. I like Houston here. Toronto, I have been watching this team game in, game out, and they have so much pop in that offense. The problem is they're getting guys on base. They're just not executing. They're in the bottom of the barrel when it comes to slugging percentage. They're in the bottom of the barrel when it comes to home runs. Until this team starts teeing off, I'm going against them. Give me the Astros here. Fair value line at -110 here, Craig.
Yeah, both teams I thought were going to be a little better than, and to be honest, kind of been a little disappointing so far. So both in pretty tough divisions. So like you can't be messing around and getting too far behind in these divisions because, you know, even with the extra wild card here the last few years, you know, you just in good divisions, you might get both wild cards. You might be the 4th team in division and be out, even though you're plus 500 or a couple games over 500. So interesting game here. I think both of these teams kind of need to start making a move and start to live up to the expectations. I like a play in this later game, the Giants and the Brewers. Like, I've always been a fan of Webb. I think he's a really good starter, maybe undervalued. He's having a good year so far. I think he's got a nice edge here. This Brewers team, they're going to struggle to score runs all year long. I think their pitching will keep them in a lot of games. But when it comes on the road, I just don't see it. I just think this is a great price at -140. I thought this should be -155 to -160. And I probably still would lean towards the Giants. So I'm going to take the little odds break here, what I think is an edge. -140 here against a Brewers team that's just 4-7 on the road. So there we have it. There's our MLB free plays. We might circle back to MLB. I got a couple that I might want to ask if, depending on how we have time here, because I definitely want to get into playoff action. But don't forget, if you haven't done so, make sure you like and subscribe, get in on all of our plays. Also, check out the Premium Plus. If you want value, this is where you get value. For $49.99 a month, you will get 3 Premium Plus plays a day. Those are 3 plays from some of these guys here and all the other cappers over it. We just mix it up every day. So you get 3 different ones. That's a $90 daily value. 90 times 30 in my book is $2,700 worth of picks for $49.99. So make sure you check that out. Included in the Premium Plus, you also get level 1, which is Indian Cowboys leans every day. And usually he does his top total over there as well. So instead of just $19.99, you pay that extra $30, you get those 3 Premium Plus plays. Okay, NBA plays for today. This is a good day of games, in my opinion. Now, we've seen a couple of these teams that were in the play-in tournament didn't match up very well tonight. Maybe they have a chance. The Magic, this is their chance. It looks like Tatum's out. Game 2, I always think is the game maybe of a letdown, like the Cavaliers played really good. The Heat were in that game until I think they got outbeat by 8 points or 9 points in the third quarter or in the fourth quarter. Until that, they were within 6 or 7 points. Anybody have opinions? Let's start with Raphael on any of these NBA games today.
Well, the Boston game, I circle that one. I think Boston blows them out. You don't think the Celtics were watching OKC blow out another team? Everyone's been talking about it's been going to be Boston, OKC, 2-team race. I know Tatum probably won't play today. I still think they cover this number. I think they blow out Orlando because Orlando can't score. They're horrible on the 3-point line, and I don't care who's in there for Tatum. That person's going to be hitting 3, so I think the Celtics. But my free pick on this one is Cavs. I love this Cavs team. I like the team total over 112.5. The last 4 meetings that they played Miami, they're averaging 118 points a game against that Miami defense. They've hit this prop number in back-to-back games and 7 out of the last 10. I think this game goes over, and I think one of the best offenses in the Eastern Conference, Cleveland, pushes this total way over 112.5.
Let's remember, Mobley and Allen did not play great. Like, they didn't need them because the guards, including Jerome off the bench, played amazing. All 3, I think, had 25 plus, right? Jerome, Garland, and Donovan Mitchell all had 25 plus. So tonight, I think the inside presence will be bigger. Now, Orlando does probably match up a little better on the inside, but Orlando's just, I don't think they can keep up. That's their problem. Let's go to Griffin. Griffin, you like anything in the NBA on any of these other games, or maybe double down on this one?
Yeah, Craig, I'm looking at the totals play in this Orlando Magic Boston Celtics matchup. The total's currently sitting at 196. In this last matchup, it ended Boston 103-86. Orlando shot 42% from the field. They shot 37% from the arc, and they hit 72% of their free throws. And they also had 15 turnovers. So the reason that I look at this game and I like the under in this matchup is we know Orlando, they're all stout defense. This team is strictly defense. I believe they finished regular season second across efficiency. This team has to pick it up. If they clean up on those free throws and move that number to closer to 80%, 85%, and they shift that 15 turnovers like they did in their last matchup, I believe this game goes under. Without Tatum, there's a very big seep hole that can definitely open up for this Orlando Magic team. I think their defense is more than ready for this task. I like the Orlando Magic here. I lean with them, but I like the under heavier at minus 190 or under 196.5. I just think that total automatically baits you in. I mean, when you see anything under 200, automatically your mind's like, all right, I want to hit the over. I want to hit the over. I think the public's going to be on the over in this game with that same incentive that Boston is going to blow them out. I like the under in this one, Craig. I think it's a trap, sneaky bet. Give me the under 196.5.
Yeah, I like a little free play in this late game, the Warriors game. I like a player prop here. I like Steven Adams over 11.5 rebounds. I think that when they came back, they went big. They played Steven Adams with whatever the guy is named, Rangoon or whatever that guy's name is. They played big. They went the double lineup, and the Warriors didn't really adjust. They were still playing Draymond Green a lot against Steven Adams. And Steven Adams got a ton of offensive rebounds. I think he plays a lot more tonight. His last 5 games he's played, he's had a couple DMPs in there late in the year. But when he did play, he's averaged over this, or not average. He went over in each game. I think tonight he gets us probably 15 rebounds because I think he's going to play a lot more minutes. They struggle to score from the outside. So, hey, why not just keep going after the offensive rebounds? I think tonight they beat up on the Warriors' small lineup. Now, the Warriors, I still think, will be within this game because they just 3-2. That's how they're going to play. They're going to hit threes. Can you beat them with twos and on the inside? So that's what I like. I like Steven Adams over the 11.5 rebounds tonight. Nick, what do you like here? Free play today.
Yeah, let's talk about that Warriors and Rockets game that you were just talking about. This Rockets minus 3.5 here. That total sitting at 204. And in my eyes, this is a must-win game here for the Houston Rockets. You do not want to head back to Golden State down 0-2 in the series there. Then the Warriors have all the advantage here. So this Rockets team has shown their ability to rebound the basketball at a high level on both sides offensively, getting those second chances. I think the Rockets need to shoot a lot better here from the field. I believe they were at 39% in game 1 there from the field. I think they shoot a lot better. The nerves from these rookies in the playoff atmosphere. They got over that hump. I think they come out strong tonight. I would lay the 3.5 points here with the Houston Rockets. In my eyes, this is a must-win game, and I think they're all over the boards in this one against Golden State. So I think the series gets split up going back to Golden State there, Craig. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, they shot 21% from the three-point line, did the Houston Rockets, 6 of 29, 11 for 20 from the foul line. And still kind of had, I mean, they took the lead with like 7 minutes to go, 6 minutes to go. And then the Warriors kind of pulled back away. But so, I mean, they did not play well at all. Like, I mean, they're not a great shooting team, the Rockets, but they're better than that. Now, I kind of thought, Golden State took their foot off the pedal and gave them a little confidence late. I'm sure Houston's saying, hey, we played terrible, and we were right there at the end of the game. So it'll be an interesting game tonight. If you like this, what's the series price for a sweep here, Raphael? Because if you like the Warriors tonight on the money line, heck, don't do that. Just play them.
Play the series. It's pretty big. I haven't checked it lately, but I'm going to piggyback with Nick. This one's 3.5, like he said. This one's going to be 4.5. There's a lot of liability right now in the Houston game because what do people talk about? The zigzag theory. What did we see last night with the Lakers? The zigzag theory. They lost game 1 at home. They dominated game 2. This one would be closer to 5, I believe. There's a couple offshore books have 4 right now. I took a little small peek, and then offshore's back offices earlier today, and they were heavy on Houston money line and parlays with Houston money line and a point spread. So I would hurry up and grab that. Don't forget, it's the last game too. So if people chase and lost the first game or whatever, lost in day baseball, they're looking for a chaser. This might be that spot to take Houston for a must win.
I don't think it's going to be easy no matter what for either team in this game because they're so opposites. The Warriors want to play wide open and shoot threes and Houston wants to play, junkyard dog in the paint, make it ugly. So these are the type of series I love to watch because if both teams are up tempo, like, you know what you're going to get. It is off. Like, you don't know what you're going to get in this game. So I'm excited. We'll see if it's more like game 1 or if Houston can do. But remember, Houston was the number 2 seed and not by a little bit. They were clearly the number 2 seed in the much better Western Conference this year. So we'll see how Houston does. This young Houston team needs to step up. All right, let's go back to Major League Baseball a little bit because they're, this is the time of year where we talked about it yesterday with Tony George, where people take their eyes off of Major League Baseball because the NBA and NHL playoffs get a lot of the attention. That's what's ever on TV. That's what people bet is what they can see on TV. When you look at this Colorado KC game, is there something going on here that, like, am I missing something? Because the Royals are the way better team, and Colorado's won 6 games? 4 games, right? 5-4. 4. They're 4-18. Why is this line not minus 1,250? Why is the run line is a good value? I think plus 105. Like in their wins, they've only in their losses, they've only covered 6? What's going on here, Raphael, in this Royals game?
Yeah, I don't know. The buyback came all late. Yesterday when it opened up, it was all KC money. And then when I woke up this morning, it was all Colorado money. And I'm thinking, is Larry Walker playing? Is Dante Bichette in the lineup? Is Randy Johnson there? So I don't know what I would kind of confuse me. And I almost took the run line. I almost took the run line and I didn't. So I'm a little bit confused because I believe, and I know Griffin's probably going to fight me back on this, Colorado will be the worst team in baseball at the end of the season. I know his best team that he loves, breathes, the White Sox, but I think it's going to be the Colorado Rockies. So I'm puzzled on this one.
No, the reason that I look at this game and I see this total, it's just because of the run production for Kansas City. They're 3-10 at home as well. They're just not playing that tier baseball that they should be playing. I still like him on the run line. Lorenzen gets the start for KC, comes into this game. He's got 17 Ks on the year and 7 walks and 21.2 innings of work. Colorado nearly stole a win last night and yet again failed to execute that victory. Kansas City, they walked away with a bad taste in their mouths last night. I believe they're going to come out scorching offensively. And I think Lorenzen's going to come out and shove tonight against this Rockies team who can't score runs to save their lives, and they've got 1 win on the road all season long. I'm still on the Royals here on the run line to plus 105, despite wherever the money is, sharp money, despite all those odds. I like the Royals here. I think they get it done. Last night, they were down up 2-0 in the 9th inning with 2 outs and nobody on. I had them on the run line. their pitcher, their closer comes in, walks 3 straight guys, then gives up a double. They go into extra innings, end up winning that game 4-3. I think that's a bad taste in their mouth, and it's a recipe for disaster for the Rockies not winning that game. I think the Royals punish them tonight, Craig. Craig?
Are you there?
Hey, Nick, any opinion on this Rangers-A's game? 2 starters that were pretty good, better than what I think. Any opinion on this?
Yeah, let's look at it. I mean, you got JP Sears back on the mound for these Athletics.
Rangers-A's, Nick?
Yeah, do you hear me?
You there, Craig? We lost Craig. Nick, rip that one up.
Finally,
get the hell out of here.
The Rangers Athletics here, the Athletics, they're the slight favorite, -115. I believe that total sitting at 9.5. And we have game 2 of this series. In the first game, the Texas Rangers beat the Athletics there yesterday, 8-5. And then they have JP Sears, one of their best arms here, most consistent arms for this rotation in the Athletics here. Rocker will get the start for the Texas Rangers. He's been inconsistent. He gives up a lot of bombs. I would lean towards this over here on that total, 9.5. Especially playing in Sacramento, the way the Athletics have been swinging the bats really well. And I lean towards the Athletics in this one with JP Sears. I think he gets off to a great start. He goes at least 5 to 6 innings here, gives him good innings with that offensive support behind him. So I would take the Athletics here on the money line and lean towards that over 9.5 runs.
I would shop around too on that one, because you're over it. You can get plus 105 in a couple books and even money. So shop around, because I know a lot of books I'm looking at have minus 105, but consensus is telling me you can get plus money on the over at 9.5. So make sure you get the best number.
Craig, you back with us?
Look who's back.
All right, I'll do another.
I believe, Raphael, we got to get your opinion on the
Craig?
NFL. Talk NFL, Raphael. Tell us about the draft.
NFL.
The most overrated TV spectacle in the world is Thursday. I've covered and done a lot of NFL draft prop bets and odds, and this is the most confusing NFL draft I have ever seen. We all know who's going number 1, but we have no clue who's going 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Is Sanders going to be round 2? Everyone's betting he's going to be a day 2 pick now. Before, it was a month ago, would you pick Ward or would you pick Sanders? Now I'm glad he's not going to be at the event, because I would feel bad for the kid sitting there by himself waiting to be named, and he's not. I think the Steelers or Saints pick him in the first round, but I'm totally blown away on this one. I'm actually shocked people are betting total running backs over 2.5. Really, people? Running backs in the first round, 2.5? If you pick a running back in the first round, you should be fired. Your job you should be one of us handicappers. You don't know anything about NFL draft. I'd be blown away if we see not 1, but 2, but 3 running backs to go in the first round. Give me a break.
Yeah, no. Ashton Genty's projected to go 6 right now. Other than that,
I want him to come to the Bears.
Ralph, I want to get your opinion on this. I don't know if you watched Travis Hunter during the combine, NFL combine, which was
brutal.
Do you think that this guy is a number 2 draft pick?
Talent-wise, yes. I think he goofed around. I think he's probably the main reason why I hate the NFL Combine. He probably went there and said, you know what, I'm going to show people to say, hey, you know what, I'm lazy. And I'm glad he did it, because that's the second worst TV specular, is watching people lift weights and run the 40. People don't watch me when I'm exercising. Why do I have to watch someone else exercise? But I still think the only question mark I have on him, what's he going to react with criticism, or if he's getting yelled at by a coach, and that coach's last name's not Sanders? So how's he going to take negative criticism? Because Sanders has been yelling at him since almost day 1 at football. Now he has someone else. So what's his attitude going to be like that? I would roll the dice with him, because you have he could cover 2 spots for you, offense and defense. So I'm not saying he's the Ohtani of the NFL, but I think he's a good fit. And if the Bears draft Gentry, you deserve to be a horrible football team. Why waste a number 1 pick on a running back? Really, you can get the Iowa running back. You can get another running back anytime in a draft, 3rd, 4th, 5th pick. But no, You better not draft a running back. You deserve your misery if you draft a running back.
I agree with you, Ralph, on the Bears going after Genty as their first pick, but at the same time, the Bears do need a running back. That's for damn sure. Swift is no longer going to be able to carry it in Chicago. I mean, that guy is so tackleable, it's ridiculous. He gets touched and he slips and falls for 2 yards. He's terrible. The Bears do need a running back.
First round pick, though?
Oh, no, I'm in full agreement with you.
Oh, okay.
I'm in full agreement with you. I don't think you find so much young talent on the bench so often and frequently at that running back position because these guys are pure born athletes. These guys are absolute runners by all belief or all means. They're beasts to tackle. I mean, you can find so much depth at the running back position. The quarterback position, different story. Cam Ward, I believe, goes number 1. Nothing even to talk about on that situation.
Look at him when he faced a powerful team that was not a Mountain West team. He folded like a chair when church was over. I mean, he has so much question marks. I want to see his talent when he's in the NFL. I mean, because if he was in the SEC, I don't think he'd been close to those type of numbers, even a Big Ten and all that. He got a lot of those numbers because he got to play Colorado State and Fresno State a lot.
I hear you. I hear you. And we saw it as soon as we went into those playoffs. But let's shift it up. Obviously, we don't have Craig here. You guys, Ralph, you got any free plays for NHL tonight? Obviously, we got playoffs. I want to keep the guys rolling here.
I'm done talking about football. Let's go.
Me too. I rather talk about Pope odds than the NFL draft.
I know. It's ridiculous. Boring as all hell. Who do you got in NHL tonight, Ralph?
I'll throw the Oilers Kings under 6. Yes, I know 11 goals hit the back of the net, but we're still playing in LA, which LA was a dominating home spot for the Kings. I don't think we're going to see that much scores. The Oilers were an under team coming into the playoffs. Their last 11 games, 9 of them went under the total. I know we all love goals, but goals are usually hard to find in the playoffs. And I just don't think we're going to see that many. Last 4 meetings between these two teams, 3 of them have cashed under. But the last one went over. That was the last game. I think defense finally comes back at the crypto arena.
I have a premium selection on actually that total, Ralph, so I don't want to jump in. Nick, if you have any action on that, if you have any.
No action. I do have a premium side on that game. I won't talk about that, but we got the Montreal Canadiens and the Washington Capitals that we could talk about. The Capitals, they're heavy favorites here, minus 175 on the money line. That total is sitting at 5.5. And Washington comes into this game. They've just beat these Montreal Canadiens here. So they lead the series 1-0, 3-2 in overtime. If you remember, the Capitals had a lead in that one, and the Montreal Canadiens, they do this damn near every game. I feel like the Canadiens are always in it if they're down. So it's interesting to see if the Canadiens can get off to a hot start. I don't think that's going to be the case here in Washington. I think they learned from their mistakes there, letting them come back in. I like them to close the door here. I like the Capitals in regulation, the 3-way line at a minus 110 over the Montreal Canadiens. Until the Canadiens get back home, I'll be looking on the Canadian side of things. But I think the Capitals learn from their mistakes from game 1 and bury them here in game 2 tonight, Griff.
I'll throw out a quick little free play, and it's between the Dallas Stars and the Colorado Avalanche. Avalanche have been stout all season long at home. Obviously, this is playoff atmosphere, so it is a little bit different. But Dallas, they ended their regulation season going 0-7 in their last 7 games, which is absolutely atrocious. We have a series tied at 1-1. In my eyes, Dallas right now is a liability, especially with Colorado's dominant force at home and how well they've played in playoffs throughout these past few years. We have a high total sitting at 6.5. Give me the under in this game. I think Dallas is a liability on the offensive side, and I think Colorado is the stronger team, and I think they come out strong tonight in tonight's matchup. But that is our free play. And obviously, it doesn't seem like Craig is coming back, so it is just us 3. But so it seems like we'll get ready to close this thing down. We appreciate everybody tuning in to Docs Daily. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, go do all of that good stuff. And then we have our Premium Plus. Nick, if you want to take care of the housekeeping really quick.
Yeah, Premium Plus, you know what it is. You get 3 plays a day for $49.99 every single day for a month, ladies and gentlemen. It's a deal. It's a great one. And also make sure to check out our top plays over at DocSports.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. We got Ralph here on every Wednesday. We got G. Murphy, and then Craig. I don't know. He's Houdini. He disappeared on us, but we'll be back tomorrow. We'll have, I believe, Robert back on here. He'll be on the show tomorrow. So thanks everybody for tuning in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.